I'm not sure. Hello. Maria Elena, you forgot something. Hello, people. Hi, Sara, Ana. I have here Nidia, Nestor, Chris, Mika, the administrator. Hello, the boss.
Oh, I see.
You are the boss.
What? I have.
Be careful, be careful.
Juan as well. Sandra, I can see you, Adri, and Lucia. Hello, Laura.
Hello.
Hi, people. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
What have I forgotten? You say, Maria Elena, you have forgotten.
I have already mentioned you, but you
Yes.
didn't listen because you turned on the lights. You were turning on the light, that is why. But I have witnesses here because everything is recorded.
Yes.
So, people, how are you today? It's such a hot day here.
Yes.
Yes, it's
We are
boiling.
talking about about nature, weather forecast, and altogether environment and everything. Because the topic for today was the weather, but you know that the weather is connected to nature, is connected to life, is connected to everyday life. So I think there are some geography teacher, biology teacher, chemistry teachers as well.
Chemistry.
I got it. Yes, I know about that. And people who are living here in the same planet, hands up.
Yeah, I can say you, this is a frustration as a teacher for me because during almost 25 years ago, 25 years continuous, I explained the different problems about the environment with chemistry problems with the students about things at the moment not speak about, but in this moment was very important with the
you are talking about science, but now we can see the facts. There are facts.
The different facts who provoke the change of environment. But the reality is, I can explain something you asked me, but the reality, the records to problems with the environment are from the 20s. Yes. Before aren't registered, except the register of geologic register.
Geological register.
Yes.
Yes, we are thinking about environment and maybe we can start with climate and weather. There are different things.
Weather and what questions, what human, what responsibility about human beings have in the change of the weather and environment. No?
What are human beings' consequences from their sides? Yes. Okay. Well, so Corina, you are here.
For example, el ganado, no sé cómo se dice,
cattle, you mean?
The cattle is one reason for the contamination too.
You mean the gases?
Metano especially.
Welcome to the rest of the people. Corina, I think I have already mentioned you. Nidia, I have here Silvana. Okay, So the new topic for today is environment, and I brought and I share with you some videos connected to a story connected about a shark, but you have already sent through WhatsApp a new video with a new story about, I think it was Kenny, or it was a boy who was attacked out of the blue. And I like it to bring that that phrase because it's very common. So just out of the blue. Maybe we think that the weather forecast is changing just out of the blue. But as Anna is telling us, she's seen, or some authorities and scientists are seeing these signs many years ago, okay? And they have been studying this situation for many years, not just out of the blue. Do you understand the meaning just out of the blue?
No.
Yes, you
No.
taught
Out of the blue. What does it mean, blue?
All
in
of a
the sky?
sudden. All of a sudden.
All of a sudden, that's right, suddenly, an event happened suddenly. For example, Kenny was just swimming by the shore, near the coast, I mean, and a shark came out of the blue. So this shark appeared suddenly.
Yes.
Out of the blue. Blue,
Not
like
the
the lyrics is like blue, like sad, or blue,
The
like the color.
spelling is the color, out of the blue.
out of the blue.
Okay.
Out of the blue, like this, Sarah and the rest.
Out of the blue.
Because I was preparing the file and I started watching that video that was really, I mean, shocking because he was so young. And I jot down some words connected to the shark. The sharks appear out of the blue. So I was connected to this idea of taking down notes, some phrases that you can see on some videos, on some series, on some songs, okay? And maybe we can share some songs connected to the weather.
Oh, no, teléfono.
Telephone, please.
Telephone.
Answer the phone, Laura. Answer the phone. Todo registrado por las dudas. No voy a decir nada más. So we are checking some vocabulary, some phrases which are really colloquial, okay? Well, do you want to start with something connected to environment, to the shark story, or to your life? Because maybe you want to start telling me where were you born and what is the landscape like in your country, in your area, in the place where you live, or where you grew up, okay? Maybe you want to start with that. Or to talk about animals and nature and landscape. Would you like to start? I don't know.
No, I don't understand what you want.
Okay.
We
Where
can.
were you born, Sandra?
I was born in Bahía Blanca here. And
Okay, and what is the landscape like there? What
the
does
landscape? I
Yes.
don't know what is a landscape.
I don't know.
where you live, the place, Are there mountains? Are there, I mean, hills? Is there a sea? Is there a lake?
Yes, of course. We have a wonderful, polluted, I don't know if it exists, sea in Bahía Blanca. The coast is, no, we can bathe in our sea because of the central eléctrica. So we had a beach many years ago. My parents went to the beach, but nowadays it's impossible. We don't have a place where to go here in Bahía Blanca. We don't have hills. We don't have. Yes, we have sea, but it's not
Clean.
for
It's
swimming.
polluted. It
Yes.
is polluted.
Yes, because all the desechos of the sorry, the weights of the petroquímica are thrown in our coast, of course.
But it's near, Sandra, you have near Montermoso, near Bahía Blanca,
Yes.
no?
Yes, of course, 10 kilometers, and we have 10, no, sorry, 100.
100 kilometers?
Yes,
Ah,
an hour, less than an hour of trip.
yes.
And we have more nearest,
Nearer than or the nearest. Would you like to say?
we have, of course,
Closer.
others closer.
Closer.
Others nice beaches as Pehuenco is nearer than Bahía Blanca, Pehuenco, but Montermoso is more beautiful, of
Yes.
course.
Sandra, could that word be possible? Maybe you can say, I'm not sure if you want to say that. There are chemicals in the sea and you cannot swim.
Of course, because we have the petroquímica, we have a huge
Energy company, and there are wastes there.
Yes. It's impossible to be here, to be there or near there. Many people, the petroquímica is in a neighborhood called Ingeniero White here in Bahía Blanca, 20 kilometers from the downtown, more or less. And many people is suffering from cancer in that neighborhood. It's a huge problem, the petroquímica.
Mm-hmm. So that is landscape that you are surrounded, but you can mention a beach which is really near your house, which is Montermoso, and that is part of the landscape as well.
Yes, and Pehuenco is also nearer than Montermoso.
Perfect. Very good.
But the beach is full of rocks, stones. It's not so beautiful. It's not so beautiful.
Yes, and maybe it's a bit, it's not so nice than the other one. Maybe you can say that it's Montermoso, it has sandy beaches.
Yes, and very wide and long. No, it's the beach is
Wide.
Wide, yes.
Many kilometers.
Yes.
Wide and huge. It has a wide coast.
Wide coast, yes. And Pehuenco is wilder.
It's also windy in Montermoso also, no?
Yes,
Also
because
Necochea, it's near.
yes, you have to to be on the beach when the temperature and the climate
The
allows
temperature.
you, because all of the blue, the wind appears.
Yes, you know that winter, it is more common for us because it's part of one of the 4 seasons: winter, summer, spring, and autumn or fall. But when you use it as an adjective, you can say wintry landscape. So maybe Bahía Blanca has a wintry weather. And here in
Wintry is
Hurlingham, it's not so wintry.
Perdón, wintry es ventoso. Perdón.
Here,
Well,
in this expression, in this
it's not
expression,
wintry. The same is windy.
no.
With E.
windy, but here it is connected to winter. Winter is a noun,
Okay.
and
Okay.
wintry weather means the adjective connected to cold and windy, all at the same time.
Wintry weather.
Yes, Julieta, but today is 38 degrees, more or less. 38 degrees. It's not so wintry.
No.
Springtime.
So it's almost summertime.
Yes.
So,
We
excuse
have-
me. If it's winter, if it's a windy day in winter, it's wintry. Okay, that's
Yes.
okay.
That
And
is
it's in
because you
another
use
season. It doesn't exist.
winter, it's a
Uh-huh.
noun.
Yes.
Okay. And
Mhm.
then if you want to mention that the weather is, for example, windy, cold, and so on, you can say that it is a wintry weather.
Okay.
Wintry as
It's a typical winter day.
adjective. That's right. Yes,
Por,
Ivana, because
por ejemplo, es colored. Es así, colored. Frío.
this is cold and windy.
Colder.
It's an
colder.
adjective, but it is connected to winter.
Yes.
And this
Yes.
is colloquial, not in a formal way, but informal. And I put it here. I will send you the vocabulary that I was checking for today. For example, in this Oxford vocabulary site, which is really nice to see because the teacher here, I think he's a teacher, maybe, I'm not sure, but the man is talking about colloquial words, not only formal words or in a formal register, but also in an informal way. And I would like you to see that video as well, because I just type it a few words connected to vocabulary. But this is connected to our final project. You know that you will start sending videos or audios. You need to record your voices and you need to start a topic. And maybe you want to talk about where and when were you born and where did you grow up, and maybe you want to mention what was your place like, because maybe you are not living at the same place where you were born. So in that video you have some tips to talk about your life. For example, I type it here. If you live near the hills or in a plain or in a place surrounded by buildings, do you live in conurbano? Do you live in a city? Do you live in a town, in a village? Where do you live? Okay. Are there shops? What can you see out of the window? Okay. And maybe you can mention if it is small or big, And here we have some adjectives as wintry that I have just told you, and also bleak, for example. See, it's a bit bleak because it's a small town. There are few people living there, and it's a bit cold. I know. I don't know. 2 weeks ago, I went to Pla. Have you heard about that small town?
Pla.
Pla.
Yeah.
No.
It is inside Alberti, provincia de Buenos Aires, Alberti.
Alberti.
So I didn't know about that small town, and it is very, very small. So it's a bit bleak because it is empty, but it's not cold. It's warm as usual here in Provincia de Buenos Aires because it is not raining here. Well, it's a bit dry, and that is one of the consequences from weather changing.
Yeah.
So dry, it's so wet, humedad, combinación con sequía, dry. Okay, so it's hot.
Here in Bahía Blanca, I am like my mother. When I was young, when I was not a girl, I was an adolescent. We had very low temperatures, 13 degrees below. But the last years there was not so cold our winters. It's cold, but not so cold as I were a child.
Yeah, so we can write that on the file, because when I was younger, for example, when I was a child, it was not so common, this hot weather, these weather conditions. Okay, very good, Sandra. Is there anyone else who wants to share?
I want to mention the floods. You say of floods is the inundaciones. Floods, the pronunciation. In Valencia, these late days.
Yes, you know,
In opposition to dryness,
about
no?
sharing that, but I prefer not to mention it, but you are right, of course. And apart from that, in Bolivia, there was some kind of mud, lodo, mud.
Yes, in Bolivia, in Brazil, south of Brazil, too.
South of Brazil as well.
The north of
When you
Misiones.
mentioned maybe Valencia, so far away. But when you went to
Yes, Argentina, too.
Córdoba, is
Yeah,
so dry and burning.
Yeah.
It shocks you sometimes.
Yes, it's true.
I don't know why, but sometimes people think that, it's so far away.
No, it's the same, it's the planet.
Yes. And we are having examples all over us, all among us. Well, so floods, inundaciones. Thank you.
Some time ago, it snowed in the Sahara too. The word snow.
Snow in the Sahara desert.
Yes.
Some months ago, yes.
I haven't seen it. I will check some videos, and if you have some videos to share, well, put it there in our classroom board or whatever you want in WhatsApp if you want.
But do you think this climate, this change of climate, is our fault or is it something natural because of the growth of the planet? Because
Do you think that nature
because of the earth is getting old? I don't know.
is getting older?
Probably.
Can I?
Anna?
It's
Probably.
human beings
Yes, why not? Yes, it's probably.
consequences, but I'm not sure. Maybe scientists have an answer. I don't know.
Can I make an explanation?
We did
Yes,
it,
yes.
but I'm not sure. Anna, go ahead. Yes, sorry.
No, sorry. In part, in a great part, is the responsibility of the humans, people. Because you cut the forest,
Yes.
the forest is the responsibility to change the dióxido de carbono for the oxygen. No, this is a cycle. It's a cycle to clean the environment. Then the forest, the trees retiene.
Keeps, puede ser.
Keep
The water, and if you have trees, a lot of trees, you have a good time because the trees retienen. I don't know
Keeps water.
the word.
yes. But every year there are more people
No.
on
Yes,
and
this is
More
not nice.
buildings. It's one of the reasons are that there
It's
are
one of the reasons.
more buildings.
One of the
yes.
reasons for the desertification. This is a practice, not new.
Yes, of
No,
course,
no.
but I mean, if people need a place to live, I know the trees are cut without
Yes.
any law
Maybe
or order. But people need places to live and well,
sorry,
trees are.
Sandra.
Yes.
Business are
Yes.
Business
Yes.
are business, sí, señor. Ah,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
Okay.
Anna,
Yes.
yes.
Business
Of course, I
are
agree.
business. You
Yeah,
need
yeah.
You need the land to put soja. You need the land to put a country. You need
Yes.
The land to build.
for all the things, for a lot of things,
Yes.
things. But this is political for environment.
Yeah.
The same, a very nice example is the Riachuelo River. For a political decision, the Riachuelo was cleaning along a lot of years. But at the moment, all this process is over. Why? Because it's a political decision. In all the human decisions, the political is in the middle. I
But
think
Anna, but a few years ago, the government, instead of cleaning, dragar el de Riachuelo.
Yeah.
Dragar.
It
Sarah,
was done.
Dragar is not clean. It's
And
not
which
clean.
is the benefit? Which is the benefit in not
You
the
need
reaction?
to force the industries who flow
Throw
through the waste
yes.
at the river. Don't do that. There are techniques to to process the waste because this is necessary. Don't contaminate the river. This is a long work during
Yes.
a lot of years.
And also
But-
it's culture.
Because the government need to put a pressure to press industry
Sure.
to do that because they are low for them. But if the government don't interested in that because it's expensive, because a lot of
So,
questions.
governments don't invest. Invest. Invierten.
Invest.
Invest.
Don't oblige to the industries to take care of the environment.
They don't punish. Punish.
Can I say?
Fine,
Yes.
yes.
Can
This
I
is-
say something?
Go
Yes.
ahead, Media.
Well, there are some examples of big cities that has cleaned their rivers, like London, Paris, Madrid, but it's a long time and be a great investment that are needed to reach it, to achieve.
Nidia, sorry. In the last Olympic, los
Yes.
Juegos,
Yes.
in
Yes.
the last Olympic
Games.
Juegos,
Olympic Games.
game, a lot of
Swimmer.
Swimmers. Yes.
abandon the career because the Sena is
Was
contaminated.
polluted.
Because for Macron, it's very expensive to take care from the Sena.
Yes. Yes. They work a lot in the Sena and in the coast of the Sena. They created like beaches,
Yes,
artificial
there are a lot
beaches,
of-
cleaning
there are a
the
lot of
waters,
secret-
but in this time, yes,
there are
there
a lot
were
of
problems.
secretaries who have
Yes, sometimes you can see makeup, just makeup by the shore, and we see beautiful beaches, but they are just artificial. They are not real, or they don't last for many months. I don't know if some of you have already traveled to Paris or to be there, just to see it. Okay.
I
Well,
can,
Laura or Nestor or Chris.
may I say that I know that in Europe there is more conscience about the problem. For example, in France nowadays they are thinking to stop the flyings in a short roads because the contamination by flying is very, very hard. There are many politicals. For example, I went to Germany, and the water is a very, very precious thing for our environment. And
Because there are policies,
yes,
políticas
policy.
públicas, public
Policy.
policies.
All is medido. ¿Cómo puedo decir
Measure.
medido? Con
Measure.
medidores.
Measured. I
Measures.
couldn't
All
hear because there
all
was a
is measured.
motorcycle here.
The water, the gas, all is measured. And everybody, the people, so the people who have good way of life say no, stop, don't waste the water, please. It's a conscience.
Very good, Nestor. Yes, I remember when I went to Mendoza, I realized that they noticed about how precious water is because they have too many bans and prohibitions about using water just to wash the car, to wash the leaves on the street, on the block. And Mendoza is a city which is really nice and clean, but people usually take care of water. And sometimes when I go to Cava, I see all the people who wash the blocks, the street, just with the hose like this. I can't believe it. That is
Well,
precious
No, it's
water.
okay.
here in Bahía Blanca, the water, of course, in summer we have problems with the lack of water, but a great part of that water goes to the petrochemical. So they don't cut the water for the petrochemical, but the
To the
citizens.
people, they cut water to the people. The same happened here in San Antonio de Padua. They cut energy to the people.
Yes, and I first and we also depends we also depends on the winds and the wind sometimes here in Bahía Blanca because the petrochemical has a tall chimney and you can see the dark smoke sometimes, a dark and black smoke, but thanks our wind, the government says that the smoke goes to the sea, that they don't come
Away,
to the
away
sea.
to some place, switch away to other city at least.
Yes, one morning we are going to wake up with a third eye in the middle of the head because we I don't know. Yes, I don't know what we are breathing. Really.
Laura, you were about to say something.
Yes, I want to say that I saw birds forest, and it's very sad to saw the black the trees, and I think it's normally it's for negligence, no, but I think don't allow to build in these places for 100 years, and then I preserve the trees.
So we shouldn't allow. Because sometimes it's not just because you put your I don't know, to your ashes there, but because of business. So you shouldn't allow to build there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so we are dealing with environment. Silvana?
No, I just want to say, according to what Sandra said, that imagine if an important petrochemical that everybody knows that it's contaminating because it's, imagine in small enterprises, no, in small places, not small enterprises that you don't know, you don't even know that they exist. And it sounds strange when she said that the argument was that the smog or the goes to the sea.
Yes.
¿Cómo digo? Como si.
As if we were stupid people.
No, as if
We're dumb.
as if
as if we can't see them.
As if sea is not important.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
as
of course.
important as people or as land. Is the same.
As if
they are contaminated.
And the
as
managers or the headmasters, I don't know how to say, of the petroquímica, a great part of them live in Sierra de la Ventana because it's a higher place. They don't live in Bahía Blanca. They live in Sierra de la Ventana because they are far from the petroquímica.
Is less polluted.
Yes.
Sierra is less polluted.
Yes, and they are far from the petroquímica. Yes.
I think this is a circle.
Yes.
Is a circle. Yes. In all the places, I am in Buenos Aires. I have Doc Sur.
Yes.
I worked in Doc Sur. I know Doc Sur inside. I know because the same factory who in Europe take care of the environment because the law is very strictly. Here, no.
They don't care.
Here don't care because
we don't care, and our politicians don't care. Then they take advantage. Always is the same.
Exactly.
Yes. I think
maybe they accept bribes, sobornos. They accept bribes.
No. It's not always that. It's a but for the people it's a culture.
Almost sure.
For the people it's a culture, but for them, for the factory is more cheaper. Don't take care for the environment. It's cheaper.
Yes, of course, but
so they take advantage on this.
We are responsible for this. Because we don't control.
Take care of the environment. It's a money. You need a lot of money to install the way to take care of your waste.
Juan, can you round up your idea because I interrupt you?
No. I think the problem is always is us, and our politicians are when we vote, because we don't insist to take care of the environment. As in Europe, we say but they are coming here to do all the bad things. They can do it, and there's countries, they are coming always to take advantage of our no application of the law and our no control of the law, our tendency to let us pay for watching for another side.
And we as citizens, you mean we as citizens?
Yes, because we vote the politicians that finally decide what are going to happen in Argentina or Buenos Aires and Cordoba or whatever. We are involved in this because we gave the politicians the power. We vote and we don't care about we vote. We vote.
Yes, I can mention in Catamarca, for example, there was a mine and they tried to start that business there, and all together people get together, organize, and they stopped minery for many years.
Yes.
So,
but finally, but
People-
finally they will
things.
find a way to, let the things happen in the way they want, the factories, because they will try to pay, or maybe if the people is strong in their position, they will stop the factory or the minery or whatever. But it is very difficult because at the same time we need earn money, and the population where they install the factories are more or less always very poor. Then the temptation is very, very important for us and for the politician. We can justify everything because we need the money.
So we need to choose whether to
equilibrate.
test or to get a job and to earn money.
Yes.
You mean?
Yes.
I live in a forest. It was regulations about the trees. If you cut a tree when you buy a house, you must put the same tree that you cut.
You need to plant another
Yes,
tree.
you must plant
And
the same.
Nestor, is it
tree.
a native plant as well? Native?
No, they were not native.
Okay.
There was planting when it made the forest by Peralta Ramos. Then when I made my house, I say, oh, okay, I put the three trees that I cut. I put three. Yes, three. But nowadays, always make enormous houses and
They don't ask for planting a tree.
Yes,
Not
the
even a tree.
neighbors go and say, "What are you doing?" Fine, it's my land, and the municipal don't say nothing, and then
They don't.
you're going to have a new place without trees in years in the proximate year.
Where are you talking about, Nestor?
Bosque Peralta Ramos in Mar del Plata.
Yeah.
Very nice place.
And this forest is very important for the city because the forest is on the land who stop the wind who came from the south and protect all the city.
And I think they are the lungs of the city as well, pulmón,
Yes.
because it's a nice place where you take a breath and refresh the air and all that.
Yes. And stop the wind that is very windy in this city. Well, but nobody thinks about this.
And you think
Well, we
that
are
all of
thinking
this,
about that, Nestor. And Corina?
like it was saying, Nestor, is happening in Ituzaingó, here near my house. It's a town, is Villa Hondo. Is a very, very arborated, and in this moment are building shops, building houses, blocks, and is loft are the trees. Nobody plants trees, and the government is. I don't say ask as they know see. As like they know see.
Noisier. You mean noisier?
there are laws about this, are laws, are regulations, but nothing
Happens then.
nothing happened and nothing paying multas, obligations, and all the trees are lost.
They are not banned. Banned es prohibido. Regulations, they don't have regulations. They don't pay. Ay, multas, I forgot.
Yes, I want to see multas. There are many restaurants.
Punishment.
Penalties.
A kind of punishment, but it's not the same as
Yes.
Bills.
parents.
Penalty.
Tickets.
Penalties.
Penalties.
It's not the same.
It's a football.
They say a ticket when you are in the freeway. You will have a ticket or bill. Bill or ticket. Yes.
Maybe.
But it's not a bill.
Fee.
I will take what Corina says, people before going to Lucia and Chris, because she mentioned, as Nestor was saying, as Cristina was saying, okay? So I can take other people's phrases or words or ideas and start saying that, okay? And here we have some woodlands, for example. There is a kind of forest near here, for example, Udaondo, Parque Leloir, see? So we can mention this as a forest or something like that because there are many trees. And they don't pay any band, anything. They don't pay anything because they are doing wrong. So, Lucia, Chris.
Yeah, well, that's as all of you are saying. Do you think that if the government or the city or the Cava government or in this case Provincia de Buenos Aires government yes, it's a way to say put penalties, but millionaire penalties are factories or yes, factories in general, because the factories factories are wasting chemicals,
pollute.
Yes, but do you think that penalties would be the difference or not? Could be a penalty, and a notice in the newspaper, blah 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 blah, information for everybody. Yes or no? It could be the difference.
Chris, you think that there is no penalty that can make companies stop doing that?
No, or small penalties, but important penalties, millionaire penalties.
It means great amount of money that they should pay.
Yeah, you know, the pocket hurts. The pocket hurts so much.
Okay.
I think in the balance, the penalty is more cheaper than to take care of the environment.
Yes, but it's massive.
The factory prefer don't take care and pay the penalty.
Or probably changing the way things. I don't know.
They should change their way of thinking.
The way of thinking, yeah.
Okay, and Lucia?
I'm on for a block in my house. There are acumulan water, acumulan basura,
waste.
No sé cómo sería.
Trash, waste.
Wait. On all street.
the city hall, municipality, they very prohibited, but the neighbor, that's not important. They are nothing. Important penalty has no important. All siguen ahí.
So there are, or there is a micro waste, a micro waste, micro basural.
Yes.
Micro basural. So 4 blocks away from your house, 4 blocks away from your house, there is a micro waste, which is so polluted for the deep capas, layers from earth, because if you drink that water, it should be dangerous for you.
Yes.
Neighborhoods.
And after City Hall cleaning, as luego siguen acumulando.
And then they throw the waste again and again.
Yes, and cleaning and again. Yes, it's terrible.
Julieta, is it suitable to say they couldn't care less?
They couldn't be so careless.
They couldn't care less.
They couldn't care less.
Instead of they don't mind.
Yeah, they don't care at all. They don't care at all. It sounds more English, let's say. They don't care at all. Maybe it's better.
You say they care at all? It's the opposite.
They don't care.
I thought I couldn't care less that have a strong meaning, but what? A stronger meaning. But I'm not sure.
Don't tell me.
Yes.
I will take down note and then I will check. Okay. So
yes, something like I don't mind a sheet. Sorry, a sheet. Something like that. Colloquial.
My what?
Can you repeat, Sandra? Not the part of the swear, the other part they could.
They don't care a shit.
The shit. Sandra, what would you mean?
It was not
It's
so
a metaphorical
clear.
way to talk.
It has a stronger.
It was toilet paper for them, you mean?
Yes.
Well, but the expression was they could care less.
Careless, yes. They couldn't. They couldn't. They couldn't care less. In a colloquial way.
Colloquial way. How
No,
nice.
but I think she wants to say they couldn't care separate less. No les puede importar menos. I think it's an expression in Spanish. No les puede importar menos, ¿no?
In a separate way.
Yes, a bit stronger. For that reason, I mentioned the poo.
I was thinking about careless without taking care. Careless.
Careless es falta de cuidado, sería.
Sí. I'm a bit careless because I haven't dyed my hair. I'm a bit careless.
Yes, but not in that way.
Descuidado. Claro.
Julieta.
Maria Elena, yes, tell me, go ahead.
Can I talk? Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Yes.
Can I talk a little about the place where I live? Yes or no?
Of course, go ahead.
Well, I live in Moreno. I live on the north side near Gaona. And it's the highest place because on the other side of the station, on the south, is the river Cascallares. And there is
Sí, claro.
Yes, yes. You know that the place where I live is quiet and clean. They don't throw waste. Most of us, some years ago, we could buy the house. We have plenty of space with trees. We plant trees. So it's very quiet as I say. Well, it's what I wanted to tell you about the place where I live.
How nice.
Okay, you are lucky.
Thank you, María Elena. And Río Cascallares o Arroyo Cascallares is, porque yo
Río.
puse arroyo. Is it a
No,
river?
It was a
But
place.
It's a river.
Yes, Cascallares
I
was
think it's arroyo.
No.
in many years ago. We used to go into Cascallares to have a camping.
Of course, the same as piletas de Vicente López, piletas de
No,
Seiza.
no, more or less, no, that was a river. Near Moreno, justly.
It's Merlo. Merlo.
I remember my family talking about that. Yes, you're right, Sarah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's a very long from Cava. It's more than 1 hour. But we
not so far, Sarah. It's not so far.
1
An hour
hour.
and a half because you have the acceso este.
Ah, yes, but
by
your car. By your car.
I live
by
near.
car.
Yes. There is a place called Parque Los Robles. It's very nice. It's near Cascallares. If you want to go one day, it has everything. It's worth seeing.
It's a nice place to visit. Thank you, Elena. So, Cascallares, I think we also, in my family, also mentions Río Cascallares, but I'm not sure. For example, here we have Arroyo Soto, so I call it as a Soto Stream, okay? But I was not sure about Cascallares.
It has compuertas. I don't know how you say in English. But
which word? Can you repeat?
Compuertas.
Yes.
The gates.
Yes, yes.
Gates. Okay. And is there anyone else who wants to tell us where are you staying or what is the landscape that you can see from your window or anything else? No?
For example, may I ask tell something about my place? I have no window to to see outside, but I am in the middle of the city. Yeah, I am in Caballito, in Cava, and I have only shops and galleries and supermarket, but I have I live in one street of Parque Rivadavia. And so when I go there, well, I have to take some fresh air, no? And that's all for me. And I'll walk a little around the place, and that's all.
Okay, that is your place, Sarah,
Yes.
and you feel happy there.
Yes,
so it's
I
nice.
feel happy because I have and my surroundings. It's I have all what I can take. I have
All
any
you want,
always
all what I need, maybe, and your neighbors and your friends.
Stations, buses, subway, and near I have the train. If I have to go to the oeste zone, like Ituzaingó, where my sister live in Ituzaingó, in Villa Udaondo, justamente. When I take the train and a bus, and in an hour I am there.
Good for you. Thank you for sharing. Well, we have Nidia, Lucia, Ana Beatriz. Go ahead, people. Who wants to start?
Okay. And living near the stream, arroyo, and leave the people around the stream, but they tore down their house. Le tiraron abajo las casas, and they live in a special city for they. Para ellos le prepararon unas casas especiales y se las dieron porque vivían al lado del arroyo. Good luck, tuvieron suerte porque eso no se podía hacer. Pero
So there was a slum. Villa Miseria, asentamiento populares, there was a slum. Okay, and they moved.
No. House, wonderful house.
They had wonderful houses. They were not.
Yes. I'm not near the
poor. Some poor people living there. No, they had their houses.
Yes, and a very good luck house, but no tendrían que estar ahí. Pero hicieron unas casas bárbaras con el aire acondicionado
maybe
y todo.
It was a dangerous place. That is why.
Yes. Porque al subir el agua, ahí, bueno, se desbordaba. Le dieron unas casas buenas, acorde a ello, le hicieron como un barrio. Un barrio sería...
Neighborhood.
Yes.
Neighborhood.
How do you say entubado? I live 5 blocks from...
the river is in tubes, in a tube or in a kind of pipe. Pipe en la vía, pero big pipes.
¿Y arroyo?
Stream. I have already mentioned here, stream.
Because Bahía Blanca is, well, a stream passed in the middle of the city. And I have, 5 blocks from my house, a branch of this stream passes by. But it's not tube in my area, but in other parts of the city, of course, it is tubed, and they have built over that, of course.
In a huge tube or pipes.
Yes.
Well, I have been typing what you are saying. Some of them are translated, the phrases, and some other are not translated. If you want me to translate all the phrases, let me know, okay? Because sometimes you got lost. Anyway,
yes,
I'm there just for you if you need it, okay? Well, Anna, go ahead.
Well, I can explain when I live. I live near Sara. I live 3 blocks from Parque Centenario. It's a very nice place, but in Villa Crespo, the other side, in front of Caballito. This is my my part of Villa Crespo is very quiet. It's so quiet for the moment because the construction are a lot, and I don't know what time is quiet the neighborhood. But the Parque Centenario is a park very, very nice for three neighborhoods, for Caballito, for Almagro, and for Villa Crespo. It's plenty of people all the day and all the night. It's plenty. It's so beautiful. A lot of gymnastic classes. During the pandemic, this put de moda.
It was fashion on COVID pandemic.
Fashion
To gym, to do
Yes.
sport, to do gym there.
to do gym in the park, and it's very nice, the places. And the neighborhood is so, I don't know, it's a mix of different, it's not as Caballito. The Villa Crespo has a different parts, very different between very different. You know, you cross a street is another part. For example, if I cross the Scalabrini Ortiz, is another neighborhood. And for the other side, I cross Juarnes, is another neighborhood.
You cross some blocks and you change the landscape.
And the neighborhood change, absolutely.
So the neighborhood changes.
Change it for parts.
Because of the building?
I don't understand.
Because of the
Yes,
building?
because you are in the middle of the place that have a lot of offer. The Scalabrini Ortiz is very commercial avenue, and very close. 4 blocks from there, you have the Parque Centenario. I was growing there, in Caballito, and very near of the Parque Centenario.
You grew up there.
Yes,
You
3
grew up
blocks.
there, that is why. Okay.
Yesterday, the Museum of Science, Natural Science, have a very, very, very big skeleton in over the door to enter the museum.
Oh, for Halloween.
For Halloween.
I have
For me
a
was-
personal history about the museum. After you, I will tell you.
Yes, for me was horrible. Because I don't like Halloween in Argentina.
Yes, me too. Oh, me either.
I cooked biscuits to my
Neither do I.
No.
But I want to say something about the Museum of Ciencias Naturales. You saw las rejas, ¿cómo se dice en inglés? Rejas.
The gates?
In the front.
On the
gates in the front of the museum. My grandfather did the design. He was working. It's like a spider net, no?
A spider web.
Yes, a spider web. Yes. Then my grandfather did it when he was very young, because he was Italian and he came to Argentina when he has 1 year, and he became a designer, and he works in una fundición, digamos.
In iron. Hierro.
Fundición,
on steel,
sí,
on
in
iron.
Pero él hacía, he did all the models in wood. Then they put it in the iron. He
Wow,
drew
amazing.
very well, very well. And then after that, the model in wood, and after that, the foundation, no sé cómo se dice la fundición. And my grandmother told me, because my grandfather died very young at 42 years. I never know him, but he was very, very bright for designing and drawing.
Creative. Oh, you
Yes.
are mentioning because Anna told us about the national, the natural.
Yes, Bernardino Rivadavia.
Yeah.
It's a national museum. It's a
So
national
we need
museum.
to translate multas and fundición because it's not just to heat.
Something melt, no? No?
Melt, like derretir, you mean? Yes.
Yeah.
Could be
I'm not
possible, but
sure.
I'm not sure about that. I will check it up. Yes, I look it up in the dictionary better. And someone else, alguien que se me haya perdido porque tengo Nidia con la mano levantada.
I want to say if Juan.
Adriana me faltó, sí.
No, a little thing. I want to say if Juan has a picture from the gate.
No, you can see in the web. You can go to in the web. You can see the front. It's in the front of all the museum. It's impossible not watch it, not say.
Okay.
Yes, it's from 1940 or before, more or less, because my grandfather died in 1942. Then I think it was before that
This
moment.
one? Is it this one?
It's very typical. Yes.
Nice building. Nice building. Yes.
And the
I'm not sure about this.
Must be proud.
No, it's not no, Bernardino Rivadavia, no.
Bernardino.
¿No es el Ángel Gallardo?
No.
Das obras.
Near the Caballito is the museum, en el parque.
Al lado del Parque Centenario.
Parque Centenario. Yes, the Park of Centenario.
Gallardo,
Yes.
Rossetti.
I share with you. I share for you the door of the museum.
El Museo de Ciencias
Ese
Naturales.
es el Museo
Natural Science.
de Ciencias Naturales.
Natural Science.
I share for
Parque
you
Centenario.
the door.
Claro.
The door in WhatsApp.
¿Es Ameguino?
Perfect, Anna. You are sharing it in WhatsApp.
The door.
Perfect.
The door.
Okay.
It's interesting museum. Yes.
It's an interesting museum. That's right. Very good. So we are talking about nature. We are talking about some experiences, some past events. Nidia, would you like to add anything?
Well, I live in Bahía Blanca like Sandra, so she told you all about the city and the landscape. I want to tell you about my place where I live. I live in a neighbor near downtown and near the stream. All is near. Near my house, there is a avenue which is now on fashion.
Old-fashioned.
On fashion. On fashion.
Fashion.
Since some years ago, well, it was a residential avenue, very important, that it is in his origins. It was between the Teatro Municipal and the enter of the Aviv park that is the and well, now the avenue has changed, and there are a lot of breweries, restaurants, cafeterias, and has changed the function of the houses. There are in great part occupied by offices.
There are offices, bed and breakfast, maybe.
No, bed and breakfast, no.
No,
Cafeterias, lawyers, offices of lawyers, real estate, or beauty salons.
So
Well,
you mentioned, Nidia, old-fashioned
not old-fashioned, in fashion, on fashion. And
on
now,
fashion, because I was thinking about brand new and as the opposite of old-fashioned. So now it's all fresh. Everything is new. Everything is
different.
Yeah, some houses. There were very important houses. And now they are replaced by huge, modern, and costly buildings, the apartments.
They are expensive flats there.
Yes, very expensive flats.
They didn't respect the ancient culture. They just blow them up and they disappear. All of a sudden, out of the blue, they disappear. Yes, and very magnificent constructions. They just disappeared.
But you didn't have any policy to respect antique buildings?
No, because
the old city and the new city, I mean.
They are very costly. There are policy from the city hall that recognize some buildings for history or architecture. But the problem is that the government don't have funds to support these buildings and the maintenance. So they are very few buildings that are protected.
Yes. Lydia, do you remember what happened with McDonald's? Do you remember
Yes,
what?
With the
how do you say cúpula, Julieta?
Cúpula.
Cúpula.
The top of the church?
Yes. Not a church, but there was in a esquina,
in a corner.
Very near the square, the central square of the city, there was an old building. I think there was a drugstore there or something like, yes, una farmacia, I think it was. And the building had a magnificent top, very, very nice. And well, McDonald's came to our city and they destroyed the building. And the citizens say no, please, the top.
They protested.
We need the topic to be placed again. And they did a mixed. We have the new construction of McDonald's, and on a wall we have the top, half
The top.
of the top
Half of
just stuck on the wall. Yes, un engendro.
A mixture.
Yes.
Mixture.
No, it's not a mix. It's just stuck. It's stuck half of the top.
The top stay the top or crash?
Yes, it's
stay. Conservation de cúpula.
no, against the wall. Against the wall.
In the second picture, no.
Skeleton.
Julieta,
Yes.
no, it
was not
This is
here. This one.
in the second picture.
Here, first, second.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the cupola at the right side.
Bueno, pero la
yes.
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 And what's
Is there?
sorry, what's the cupola about what?
It's nice.
It's from that store.
Building from
The
another
drugstore
building.
have that
Older.
shape.
Julieta,
An
the
old
name is
building
Adon?
It's
Dome.
older.
that was placed there.
Ah, okay.
Is Dome.
Where McDonald's stay. Okay.
So this
Okay,
is McDonald's, and
it's
here
good,
you have
and
the
they put
top
this
of the building.
Don't
Yeah,
eat
Julieta,
McDonald's,
this copy.
please. Don't
The
eat that.
name of the cupola
It's
is
nice. The
Dome.
Oh,
older, no?
Yeah, very
Yes.
old.
Painting on the wall. It's painting on
It's
the wall.
important.
No, it's
that's right.
good. It's stuck. It's
No,
Is-
it remained there. It looked
Remain.
like painted.
eh?
It looked like painted, as Cristina is saying.
Yes. Yeah.
We thought that it was a painting.
No, it's half of the original.
Original.
Uh-huh.
Ah, my
Yes.
God.
They
No.
cut. They
Yeah.
cut it
It's
and
older.
put it against the wall. And I don't know what happened with the other half.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's like.
The
Well-
owner of that McDonald's is very intelligent, but you can say, well, we come to McDonald's where the cupola is.
Yes.
This is the original.
Well,
The original.
an
And this is the
intelligent.
original.
Yes,
Right in the corner of Bahía Blanca's.
claro.
What a pity. What a pity.
Translate. ¿Cómo se dice trasladar? Trasladar.
Yes, they
Translate.
move.
They move near
They cut.
the
Well,
cup.
the
They
same
move.
happened with the Cabildo. We had the Cabildo full
Yes.
of arcades, and now we had half of the Cabildo. That
Yes.
happened as well. Yes.
And they rebuilt it in San Luis. Rodriguez
Yes,
Lab
we have
rebuilt
the
the Cabildo with the whole structure.
Termina, espérame.
You are right.
10 minutos. Bueno, 10 minutos sí.
Ok. Ay, perdón, se está abriendo el micrófono. Yes, in San Luis you can find the whole building, the Cabildo's building there. So it's a nice place to visit. Okay, people. So we are dealing with some anecdotes or events that happened during our childhood or when we were young, or where are you living? But I brought you for today a kind of weather forecast. Would you like to do it now or prefer to do it as homework? Because here you have something to practice, a listening.
As you want.
Yes,
can try.
it's the same for me, but if you want to share it with the rest or just keep on your pace and listen to this at home, just briefly, or take your time maybe, because it is connected to the weather forecast and maybe some useful words. For example, it's rainy, it's cloudy, thunderstorm, windy, sandy, dry, and these connected to the parts of a city. Maybe in the north, we have some kind of weather, or the other day on Friday, in Moron was heavily raining, and here in Harlingen, it was shining. It's amazing as well. So, and we are so near.
Yes.
So in the weather forecast, you will find grades, centigrades, so the temperature, and some positions, for example, north, south, east, west, middle. So if you want to practice something connected to your listening, you can find any song that can help us to revise this vocabulary connected to the weather, or maybe this weather forecast that is useful for you to revise those words which are connected to nature. And within our book, we can find some vocabulary and phrases which can be useful for you to go to the breakout rooms. Sarah, tell me.
Yes, there is a nice song about weather, stormy weather.
Stormy.
Yes.
Stormy weather.
Stormy weather.
Stormy weather.
Stormy weather.
I have never listened to it. Well,
Yes,
we
yeah,
check.
it's a very nice song. Ahora
Well, we
no,
can
Yes,
check, check
we,
no
and
la
we
puedo.
have to
share it.
I
looking
can't.
for.
You may. Do you know, Juan? Do you know
It
it?
rings a bell.
I
think
know this part, but I can't remember what is the name of the song.
so. It
Yes.
rings a bell. Maybe for you, it rings a bell. ¿Viste? Me suena.
Yes.
It rings a bell.
Ajá.
It rings a bell. I think I know the song it means. I
Yeah.
think I know. Bueno, lo dejamos entonces en lista. De la canción.
See, it's a very nice song to hear. It's
Well, so I brought.
I think I found it.
Yes, Juan.
I think I found it. Is Satsuma's. I found a video. It's an old singer, but I can. Okay.
Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather.
Etta James se llama.
Since my man and I ain't together.
But I didn't hear like it. I heard that like a man voice.
This is a blues version, so we will
Yes, a
find
blue
out,
version.
your version. Maybe it's kind of pop rock.
Yes, it's an old song of the 50s or 40s.
Yes, yes.
Well, so we will go to the breakout rooms and we will share with our classmates things connected to nature, things connected to our place, things connected to where you live, or the shark experience, or environment, because we didn't mention
Why?
Sort out things, or how important is for us as human beings to sort out, sort out trash and recycle. And do not try to use so much papers and
Plastic, especially.
things and all that. Our consuming things, okay? The things that we consume and maybe we don't notice. And we have already mentioned about water, which is a good thing. But maybe we can share it with other people, okay? So we will go to the breakout rooms, okay?
Okay.
So I have at least 16 people. So we will meet each other here, okay? In a few minutes. All right, people? Do you
Okay.
agree?
Okay. All right.
See you.
Utilidades. No. Slow.
It's here in Cali, in Harlem as well. And what about in Lucia
I see, no more.
Place or in Nestor's place? Do you have a green point to sort out your trash or not?
I have 2 days in a week.
Oh, bye-bye. Everything no, okay.
Dice Ana María.
Ana María is
Hello.
helping.
You are in Palermo.
Yes, I am in
Yes,
Palermo. I am in
Palermo.
Palermo, in front of our
Maria.
Argentina building.
Ana Maria.
Wow.
Yes, I working as a volunteer in sport event that it will happen on Sunday. A career, a bike with bike and swimming in the lake of Palermo.
Swimming in the lake?
Yes.
No.
See, no, I am assist the athletic. I will give them water,
Mhm.
give
Oh.
show
Bars.
them where to go, and so on.
Yes, we
And now,
couldn't believe that there will be 150,000 people. No, 100
see,
something.
2,000
Yes.
people,
2,000
2,000.
people
Yeah.
swimming at the same time. No, that was
I know.
possible.
It was,
There are hosts.
and men and women, men and women.
Yes.
Who organized the event?
Baggio, no? It's the
No,
sponsor.
Baggio is a sponsor.
The sponsor.
Sponsor. Baggio is a sponsor. Granix, another sponsor.
But the organization, who is the
It's
organizer?
about it's the city of Buenos Aires. It's
El gobierno de la
a
ciudad.
mundial organization because
Okay.
it's
I didn't read about it.
no, it's now in one of the cities that have this career is Gualeguaychú and Rosario years ago.
Okay, well, so I hope you enjoy your weekend. I will
Well,
see there some songs. I will share with you the listening and all that things that we have prepared. Okay, people?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice
Bye.
weekend.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
Good weekend.
The same for you.